Hallelujah, Yahweh. My name's Priscilla. I love Yeshua. I will be sharing some insights I got from Scripture. Let's break down walls, understand Paul. I will be glad if you learn anything at all.
What is Yom Teruah? No matter who we are, as human beings, we all learn to esteem certain dates on our calendars. Dates we become fond of, that hold special meaning to us. Whether it be birthdays, anniversaries, any date that reminds us of something special has a mark on our calendars. Made in the image of God, it is not surprising this human trait can be traced back to our Creator, who also has his own set-apart days. You see, the one who knew the end from the beginning has appointed days as memorials. These are called Yahweh's Moedim, or Yahweh's appointed times. If we're not past the time of the event the day memorializes, then it is a foreshadowing of that event. These days are special to God, and He wishes to share them with us, His bride, as a remembrance of an important piece of our story, whether currently past or still awaiting us in the future. There are 7 biblically ordained festivals. Today, we will be focusing on the 4th, the Day of Trumpets. Then Yahweh spoke to Moses, saying, "Speak to the children of Israel, saying, In the 7th month, on the 1st day of the month, you shall have a Sabbath rest, a memorial of blowing trumpets, a holy convocation. You shall do no customary work on it, and you shall offer an offering made by fire to Yahweh." Leviticus 23:23-25. This festival is called Yom Teruah. Yom is the Hebrew word for day, and Teruah is a shout or blast of war, alarm, or joy. Numbers 10 shows us what is meant. When you go to war in your land against the enemy who oppresses you, then you shall sound an alarm with the trumpets, and you will be remembered before Yahweh your God, and you will be saved from your enemies. Also, in the day of your gladness, in your appointed feasts, and at the beginning of your months, you shall blow the trumpets over your burnt offerings, and over the sacrifices of your peace offerings, and they shall be a memorial for you before your God. I am Yahweh, your God. Numbers 10:9-10. The 2 silver trumpets and shofars, a ram's horn, were sounded before going to war to ensure victory, and in days of gladness, appointed feasts, and the beginning of the months. It also gathered the people of the congregation of Israel. Yom Teruah is not only an appointed feast, but is also the only festival that lands on a new moon, at the beginning of the month. The reminder of Yahweh to us to blow trumpets on this day is incredible. First, as an appointed day, we must blow them. Second, as the beginning of a new month, we must blow them. Finally, He specifically singles out this day as the Day of Trumpets, of shouting, of a loud blast, and commands the trumpets to be sounded. Other than that, the only instructions we have are that we should refrain from doing work, and then specific offering specifications, expanded upon in Numbers 29. I suggest the emphasis on the blowing of trumpets on this day is critical. It's something Yahweh does not want us to forget. Why? Blow the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of Yahweh is coming, for it is at hand. Joel 2:1. Blow the trumpet in Zion, consecrate a fast, call a sacred assembly, gather the people, sanctify the congregation, assemble the elders, gather the children and nursing babes, let the bridegroom go out from his chamber, and the bride from her dressing room. Joel 2:15-16. And He will send His angels with the great sound of a trumpet, and they will gather together His elect from the 4 winds, from one end of heaven to the other. Matthew 24:31. For Yahweh Himself will descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of an archangel, and with the trumpet of God, and the dead in Christ will rise first. 1 Thessalonians 4:16. Listen, I tell you a mystery. We will not all sleep, but we will all be changed, in a flash, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trumpet. For the trumpet will sound, the dead will be raised imperishable, and we will be changed. 1 Corinthians 15:51-52. Then the 7th angel sounded, and there were loud voices in heaven saying, The kingdoms of this world have become the kingdoms of Yahweh and of his Christ, and he shall reign forever and ever. Revelation 11:15. So why? Because the trumpet blast announces the coming of Yeshua and his victory over the kingdoms of this world. It announces the day of Yahweh. It announces the gathering of the congregation of Israel, of Yeshua's bride, of all the saints, for us to enter into our Sabbath rest. Because the trumpet blast is there for Yahweh to remember us and save us from our enemies. As we keep this festival, we will be announcing the coming of our Redeemer and commander of our army, locking in the final victory in this great battle. We will be gathered to him as he fights for us and conquers the world.